welcome to another entertaining, educational, and exciting episode of the Caribbean Report. I mean, we're just happy here because we just seen our favorite intro. Not to knock the other one, but you know, it's getting a little old, right, Karen? So we kind of want to update it a little bit. You know what I mean?
That yes, to show the beautiful people like us on the air, we do need to have that. We do need to have that because this is the new millennium. You know, both of us here,
That's right.
yes, we're going into a new phase of Caribbean Report where we're coming on for an hour.
Oh yeah, how
Okay,
can I forget?
we have to show our new guests, our new history, and we started back in the time, and people have seen the old clips. So bringing something new and refreshing, and thank you everybody out there for having us and bringing us on board again for another new season.
That's right, and it's not done yet. This is just a start. But again, this is the Caribbean Report. As you've seen from the intro, I'm one of the hosts, Dedrick Henry. And as you heard before I was talking to, I let her introduce herself.
Karen Clarke.
That's right. And
Yes.
you can catch us live on Friday nights on People TV from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And also, for those of you who can't catch it, whether you're working or what have you, you can catch us on the internet at myspace.com/Atlanta Caribbean Report. And it's flashing up on the screen. And it's very quick when these episodes are up now. By Tuesday, normally, unless there is technical difficulty, sometimes things happen beyond our control, like Google Video, who we host the videos with, they have to approve it before we can actually go live with it. But barring any unforeseen technical difficulties, we will be up by Tuesday evening following our Friday show. And I'm just excited tonight because, like I said, we're here to educate you, entertain you. And it was one other E, and oh, how could I forget? Excite you. Now, you know I just did that on purpose. But but anyway, like I said, tonight we have an exciting show. And why? Because we have Emil Abraham. I mean, if you buy your computer right now, keep the TV on. But if you just type Emil Abraham in Google search or Yahoo search, listings are going to run for pages and pages. This is a professional cyclist. And Karen can actually not interview him, but introduce him better than I can. And we'll fill you in on why I say that later on. But just to give a quick recap of last week's show, which is available on the website, we had Kanye, Two-Face Reed, who is an artist and songwriter, and also Teresa Noni Charles, who is, I guess you could say, the executive producer. Not I guess you can say, you definitely could say, she's the executive producer and founder of one of the top cultural organizations in the world. It's Sankofa Spirit. And if you go to our website, not only can you get links to their sites, as I mentioned before, you can see the full 1 hour show from last week. Again, at myspace.com/Atlanta Caribbean Report. And you all know from last week, I have a tendency to run my mouth, especially now we've gone to an hour. I feel like I just have all the time in the world. So let me just cut here and let me go over to Karen Clarke and then I'll come back.
Okay. Hello, people. I would like to say to you, thanks and many thanks. Please go to our website and please also go to ptv.org, peoplestv.org, and promote our program and promote the Cap County's public programming. We need your support because as legislation, they want to shut down programs such as this. So please, we do need your help because we are community-based. We do have great resources here to help the youth as well as to inform the public as to what is going on in our area. So we do need your help. Please go to the different websites and support us. Thank you.
That's right.
And also, I'm so excited to have here Emil Abraham. Emil Abraham is a professional cyclist, and he's from my homeland, Trinidad and Tobago. And he is a Tobagonian, a Tobagonian.
Right.
Or is it Tobagonian only?
Tobagonian.
Tobagonian.
Or if you want, some people say Trinbagonian if you want to put it all together.
Yes. And, oh gosh, this man has such history, and as Dedrick said, if you go on Google search, I mean, all you have to do is just type in Emil and probably the whole thing would just explode. With his history, he has won so many different titles. The country is proud of him, of his professionalism and his dedication. And he's so humorous. He has a good heart. He's very humorous, talented, and oh my goodness, this man could dance. So
You know
I just
what?
Well, you know, every tune he could whine.
Yeah.
Talk done.
Okay.
And I don't want to jump in, but I have to because you just remind me of something. While doing a search on the site, well, let me back up. We're not exaggerating. If you type that into Google, we're serious. Try it. Actually, try it now. See how many links come up with his name. But on one page I went to, let me just read the first paragraph. I'm the first Trinidadian to reach this level on the road professionally, and at first glance I may not look like an island boy. But once the sweet music starts to play, I can outdance anyone.
Any day.
And isn't that what they just said?
Yes. And with all that, I would like to say hi, Emil, and welcome. And tell me about yourself.
Hi, Karen. You know, thanks for having me on the show. And you know, I mean, I was born and grew up in Tobago, and you know, that's my home soil. My dad used to be a cyclist back in the day, and he then got training from a professional coach from Italy called Claudia Costa, and he trained him on how to coach and so forth. And he had some guys back in the 60s that he was training, and they became champions and stuff like that. And eventually his father died, and he had to drop all of that. And so eventually, as my brother and I, Romeo, we became teenagers, and we were of the age where we could have started, you know, playing a little more sports and stuff. And you know, one of his colleagues from back in the day, my father, he came to Tobago and wanted to get cycling started up in Tobago because it was pretty much non-existent in Tobago, cycling. And they came and we did some little races down in Lambo and so forth. And you know, that was pretty much my first set of races. And my dad just took us from there, started a club. And you know, I'm the only one still left in Tobago, but you know, I'm flying the flag high and keeping it going.
That is fantastic. That is really great. And what has been your latest win?
My latest win, I would probably have to see. You mean on the bike?
Yes. Okay.
Whatever you want to disclose.
Whichever you want to talk about.
Well, at the end of the season in 2007, we had a big race here called the Atlanta 100K, which is there's also a big 10K run,
Right.
And you know, they have the wheelchairs, the handicap.
Okay, on the 4th of July. Huh?
No,
No,
that's
not
on
that
the 3rd of September.
Okay. I'm thinking of the other race. Okay.
I mean, it's a cycling, and it just has rollerblading. It's a 10K marathon and all that.
And
Well,
by
it's
the Cobb Galleria.
right,
That
exactly. And that's a
Oh,
pretty big
yeah,
cycling
yeah.
event. You know, all the big professionals come into town to race and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I won that last year, which was my last
Wow,
win. So it was kind of like you know, even though I'm, you know, from the islands, Trinidad, you know, just like you guys, I'm considered you know, Atlantan. I don't know, you know, if that's how it's really said, but yeah. And you know, people all, you know, was pretty happy that I could keep the title at home, so to speak. And yeah, I was pretty happy.
And for those of you who don't know, that is not an easy race. You start off going uphill, then if you
From
ever
the
left
start.
from Cumberland Mall and just go straight up Cobb Parkway going down towards Whitewater, you can see what the hills are like.
Oh yeah.
Going up
And
to
then
that.
so when we get out there, we eventually do like loops. We do like
Wow.
11, 12 loops of
Wow.
this circuit with a big hill in there. So it's pretty good. You know, I've learned the race fairly well because I've done it over the years, you know. And in the last 3 years, I actually won it in 2005. I got very close second in 2006. And I came back and won it again last year in 2007.
Okay.
Yes, and you won the Pan Am Games.
Yes. Well, I got silver medal at the Pan Am Games last year. I actually brought the medal, but I forgot it in the car to show you guys.
You're
Too
gonna
bad.
come back and
Now
show
that
us.
you talk about it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, that was a pretty big achievement. It was the best performance Trinidad and Tobago had at the Pan Am Games in Rio de Janeiro. And it helped earn me the Trinidad and Tobago Olympic Committee awarded me Sportsman of the Year for Trinidad and Tobago 2007.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I was going to
So
say that
good.
last week we gave you surprises. we have more surprises. We have a living legend. This is history right here. Like I said, you don't believe me, go on the site, on Google, and just search for him. You will see this is a living legend. And I said living because you're not done yet. You're going to defend your title this year, and you're going to repeat in the one on Labor Day.
That's right.
Yeah.
And in the Pan Am Games, that's what, every
4
years. Okay.
Yeah, just like the Olympics. And
Right,
so forth.
right. But it's in alternate years than the Olympics. Is that correct? Like a
Yes, it's
yeah,
alternate
okay.
there. So that last year you had it in 2007.
Right.
Olympics is 2008.
correct.
And then
right,
like the
okay.
Caribbean game, the Caribbean CAC games, and
Right.
then the Commonwealth games. All these games are 4 years apart, so they all come in different years.
Okay.
Good.
Which race was your most difficult, would you say?
Whew. There are many races that are I mean, when you race at the professional level, there's no race that's really easy. You know,
Right.
they all are hard. And what helps me is that I'm a sprinter, which is like climbers are not usually, when it comes down to a big sprint with
Right.
all the full group, you know, people like myself who is a sprinter are the ones who really shine. The other type of riders who might be a climber or a time trialist, they have to wait till that particular event, which is a little bit more rare, to be able to shine. But most races, they come down into a field sprint, where a lot of the teams also can help do strategic maneuvers where you will have a lot of the guys go to the front and keep the pace high. And if they're, you know, cyclists away on a breakaway with 1-2 minute gap up the road, you know, the team goes to the front and they, you know, drill themselves really hard and help the gap to close down and bring it all together for the sprinters to be able to try and win the race. So there's a lot of, you know, strategy involved in cycling. It's not just jumping on a bike and going, you know. We have walkie-talkies in our ears that the managers in the car can talk to us, tell us what's going on, tell us what to do, dictate the race, all the time gaps, this sort of thing. We could talk to each other, you know, anything. If we need feed in from the cars, you know, we need water, we need some gels, you know, energy drinks. You know, they have certain guys that would go back to the cars and get it, come back up. Yeah, it's pretty exciting, you know.
Sounds like it.
Really
Definitely
good.
sounds like it.
I had, when I was in Trinidad for a great event, I had the pleasure of seeing you race. And it was quite exciting.
Yeah,
Yes,
very
we were following him around in the car. It was so exciting. And he won.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
And he won.
yeah.
You know, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yes, he is a very dedicated person. Tell me about, okay, as far as being dedicated, I know that you train. And no matter if it's, I mean, you're like the mailman. No matter if it's bad weather out there, you go out there and you
Correct.
train, correct?
Well, the only time I really won't go is if it's extremely cold and wet.
Okay.
Like I went out training today. I did like, you know, a couple hours, and it's like, you know, really cold, and I froze my butt off. But you know, I gotta go
But you
out there
gotta
and
do
do
it.
it. You know, as long as it's in the summertime where it's a little bit more warm, those are the days that you'll see me. It could be storming, and I'll still go out and ride.
Wow.
You know, it's something that you have to do. It's my job. You know, and it's just like, if even though it's storming outside, you still gotta jump in your car and go to work. You know, it's
Correct.
the same, just that I get wet.
That's a minor thing. That's a minor
Yeah, I mean, you know, it comes with the territory, so,
Okay.
you know, it's all good, and you have to do what you have to do, and I go out there and do it.
And where do you see yourself, say, 5 years from now?
I don't know, you know, hopefully still racing. You know, a lot of cyclists sometimes retire around the mid-30s, and kind of getting there. But, you know, it all depends, to me, of when a cyclist or an athlete really starts racing at a professional level. So, for instance, let's say an athlete starts racing at the top level in the world at 19 through 21, 22 years old. You find that they may give high performances for maybe 8, 10, 12 years maybe, and then, you know, the body can't take it anymore and they're done. But if you have started at a later age, like myself, even though I've been racing since I was 12 years old, I was racing more like in the Caribbean, back in Trinidad. You know, it's a much lower level. Excuse me. And it tends to not take as much out of your body as when you're racing with the best in the world.
Okay.
The races are longer, the races are faster, and, you know, they're just more days of competition. And I started off this level of racing at 25, 26. So I tend to carry on maybe into my late 30s. So, you know, I could possibly be racing and or, you know, I'm starting to do some coaching now too. I have some clients that I coach. And I also would like to maybe do some camps back at home where, like during the winter, you know, cyclists can come down to Trinidad for training, and you know, I can take them in excursions and stuff in the island to show them, you know, have like a one package kind of deal. So it's all good, you know. These are different things I can do, you know, open a shop, bike shop, something of that, you know. Go back home, maybe to be a national coach. It all depends on, you know, if I live here in the U.S. more, or if we move back to Trinidad. So it's, you know, I mean, there are different avenues I can venture off onto. And, you know, right now I'm just focused on what I'm doing, trying to do my cycling to the best of my ability and make Trinidad and Tobago proud.
Okay, for youth who are interested in getting into this sport, I mean, what do they do? It's not like they can join a high school team or anything of that nature. How do they pursue this, I guess you could say, this career?
Well, you know, first you got to have a bicycle.
Okay.
You know, that's a start.
Just some minor.
You know, without a bike you can't ride. So, you know. But anyways, so you have your bike and stuff, and I guess, you know, you could like any bike shop in Atlanta could probably give you more information and on clubs, or, you know, a lot of bike shops are affiliated with clubs.
Okay.
So that, you know, if they go into a bike shop and ask the question, you know, how can they get involved and stuff like that, that particular shop will be able to direct them, you know, in terms of where they live in, because there's a lot of cyclists in Atlanta. And I'm sure that there are a lot of people who go driving around and they'll see like 100, 200 cyclists in a big bunch just rolling down the road.
Yes.
Which most of the times I'll probably be in there somewhere. And
so you might have seen it and you didn't even
realize.
realize.
You know? So, you know, pretty much they can just go to the bike shop and ask the question of, you know, how they can get involved in cycling, and they would definitely know how to direct you in terms of getting involved with a club and start cycling.
Okay. Okay. And there's a website for the club that you belong to. Is that correct?
Yes.
And if you can give that to our audience, and we'll also have this linked on our website. But if you can just
well, I've just recently signed a new contract for 2008.
Oh, okay.
It's called Team Type 1, and the website is teamtype1.org.
Okay.
So if they go on there, they can read up on the team and stuff like that. Now, it's called Team Type 1 because the team has diabetic and non-diabetic riders.
Good.
So the diabetic riders are going to be doing a lot of promotions and awareness of diabetes and how a person can be in control of diabetes and be still athletic at the same time and still perform at a high level.
Okay. Teamtype #1.
.org.
Not one spelled out. It's teamtype #1.org. And again, we will have that on our website in case you didn't catch it during this live broadcast.
And that's really fantastic because we've been doing a lot of talking about health and about diabetes.
That's right.
And this is a very good organization to show that just because you are diabetic, it doesn't stop.
Correct.
You could still go on and you could
live a normal life.
That's right. That's
you know,
right.
it's just a matter of the frame of mind and the positive attitude that you have. You are control of your body.
Good point. Good point.
Yes.
Now, actually just lost my train of thought. But go
Sorry
ahead.
about that.
I saw your hand, Barbara, before I get into that.
No, I cue you in. Go right ahead.
Okay.
Say that thought. Say
Sorry
that
about
thought.
that.
Say that thought.
Okay. Now, this year, as some of our viewers know, is an Olympic year.
Correct.
Now, are you competing? Well, let me back up. Are you participating in trials?
Yes, I am at the moment. I have been going to a series of World Cups in Beijing, and I just came back last weekend from LA.
Oh, so we caught you at the right time then.
Yeah, and I have been trying to qualify and raise my ranking to where I can be qualified into the Olympics. I'm not quite there yet.
Actually, not to cut you off. Let's get into that because each sport has a different qualifying method to get into the Olympics. How does it work for cycling?
They have changed it up a lot within the last couple of Olympics. Usually, back in the 90s or early 90s, 80s, it would just be a matter of your Olympic committee selecting you to go to the Olympics and you're in. Now it's a whole big qualification thing.
Okay.
And you have to be able to qualify where in cycling it's in each sport event, sorry, let's say at the World Cups on the track, if you win any of the events, you get automatic qualification.
Okay.
Now, if you don't win any of the events during all the 4 World Cups before the World Championships, you can, if you are ranked, let's say top 15 in the world, you then get a qualification. And it's only, let's say for instance, if the event only takes 2 riders, then the country only qualifies 2 spots. So then if a third rider is in that, then they drop down 1 spot to the next country who will be eligible.
Okay. Now for the Olympics, Trinidad and Tobago, they go as a joint team. Is that correct, or they go as separate teams?
No, it's one country.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one team.
Okay. And how many athletes, per se, not just cycling, but total, typically go
to the Olympics?
Right.
Ooh, that's I don't know. It's a lot. I'm sure it's going to be around at least a couple thousand athletes.
Okay.
Because you have all the team sports that have 10 players per, and then there's like another 15. There's 15 teams of 10 players or whatever. Whether it be in football or basketball or whatever sport in the Olympics. I don't think football is in the Olympics, but. Yeah.
I was going to say track and field. That was my former sport, so I had to throw that out.
Yeah, but track and field has a lot of athletes.
Oh, yeah,
too,
yeah.
in all
just
the
like
different
Otto
events.
Bowden was a former, was definitely a famous athlete.
Right, exactly. He did a sport too,
Yeah.
So I'm hoping, I'm still trying to qualify. I haven't really, secured my spot yet, but, come April, I'm hoping that, we can hear that I'm in the Olympics and be able to represent TNT.
That's right.
So I'm sorry, so that is the deadline, or that's about the time frame, April?
Yeah, most of the qualification races are going on like all now, through 2007 into now. So usually they close off all, after the World Championships in March, they close off all qualifications, and at that point, the rankings and who has won the various events will then go through.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I keep my fingers crossed.
Me too.
Two out there.
We will keep our fingers crossed because this is a dedicated man here, and he loves the sport, and I want to see you there, for more than one reason.
Yeah, Beijing.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to be there.
Yeah.
I've already raced on the track back in December, so I already kind of had a little feeling out of the velodrome there.
Really? So how does it feel?
That was my
it was quite fast. It was nice,
Really?
Brand new track, it's fresh.
Cool.
Now, would this be your first Olympics?
Yes, unfortunately, I came really close last 2 Olympics. In the qualification race that I had my best chance in, it's either I had a crash or a flat tire or something right near the end, so I couldn't recover to come back and be competitive again, and I was out. So, it's just been a really difficult time for me and being an Olympian. So,
that just means it's time.
I hope so. I hope so. So let's see what happens.
2008 is everybody's time.
Oh,
all right.
Never
Okay. As long as
still have another one.
Oh yeah, no, that's not the only one. That's just the first one.
The first one.
Correct.
The first one.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I did a quick search, like I mentioned a million times on Google, on your name, and there were some clips on you actually racing. And actually, I bring that up because that's something else that's going to be added to the website. Okay. So I want the view.
From back in Trinidad,
I believe so.
Yeah, the West Indies versus the world.
I
think there is a couple of things there on YouTube also.
Right.
On YouTube.
Yeah, right. That you can bring it up. Where there's actually the biggest event right now in the Caribbean. It's called the West Indies versus the World Cycling Series, and it's put on by Michael Phillips in Trinidad. And it's what he's done is kind of try to make where they have the West Indies cricket team. He has formed not just the Trinidad and Tobago national cycling team, but he's formed a West Indies team where we have Jamaicans, Bajans, Guyanese, Suriname, Cuba, and Trinidad, and Tobago.
Good.
And forget Tobago.
That's right. A lot of people forget the smaller sister islands.
Yeah.
Like people think of Antigua, but they don't think of Barbuda.
Correct.
Well, if we did not think of Tobago, we will have to lose him.
That's right.
Because he's, he is technically from Tobago.
That's right.
Yeah.
Correct.
So we can't lose that Tobago.
And that event has actually grown really big in the last few years. And
Good.
I won the Tobago leg and the big Savannah night race last year, which was the only two events I did. And there were thousands of people around the Savannah. It was amazing. And I put on a good performance. The whole team put on a good performance, the West Indies team. And all the foreign riders was there. They had Italy,
Wow.
Australia, USA, Canada, Venezuela. I mean, just cyclists from all over Argentina. I mean, there were tons of countries from all over England,
Right.
Belgium. I mean, the
So-
list goes on.
And just real quick, not to cut you off, but I have to make this major announcement.
What?
For those of you who watching us live, we can now receive phone calls again. And it's been a minute, I almost forgot the number, but I believe it will be on the screen. I believe it's 404-873-6. I didn't even say the number, and the phone ringing already. I believe it's 873-6712. If that's wrong, it's going to be flashed up on the screen.
Yes, it's up now.
But I hear
It's 404.
873-1349. I missed the
Yes.
last 4 digits. But I heard the phone ringing. If the
Do
call
we
is
have a caller? We have a caller on air? Do I hear something? No?
no, I guess we'll come
Okay.
back.
I
But again-
guess we got too excited.
Oh no, it's going on. We have the number on the screen. Feel free, 873-1349. We will get some callers on tonight. I'm sorry about that, but I just had to let the viewers know, because we have an hour now, but it still just fly by.
Yeah, it does. It does fly by. And we do have we do have a caller? Okay, well, go ahead, caller.
Hello?
They got away?
It's
Oh,
nervousness,
no.
just a little bit of nervousness. That's okay.
Redial.
Yeah, they can't see
Redial.
your face. They can't see your face. It's fine. We're
Okay.
great.
Okay. Well, one.
Okay, we're going. You know what?
Okay.
We're going to take a
The
break soon.
Yes, we need a
And
break.
you all definitely got to come through, because this is just the first half of this show. I mean, the next half is going to go to another level. What can I say?
Yeah, we'll
What can-
probably have Emil Abraham read the news.
Oh, he has to come back, though.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's 30 seconds.
Yes,
I mean, this 30
yes.
minutes was too quick. I say 30 seconds because the 30 minutes felt like 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll be right back. Stay tuned. Watch these PSAs. I mean, seriously, these are very important. They all did, just like we spoke of Actually, we may even have a PSA on diabetes.
We might.
Just stay tuned. We'll be right back with you.
Hundreds of volunteers have gathered to investigate issue positions, backgrounds, and campaign contributors on over 12,000 candidates fighting for your vote. This year, get the facts, not the rhetoric. Help us change the face of democracy. Don't just vote, vote smart. Call our researchers toll-free at 888-VOTE-SMART or visit us on the web at vote-smart.org.
We're fighting diabetes, one step at a time. Join thousands of walkers across the country to raise money for the American Diabetes Association. Join America's Walk for Diabetes. Get involved. Form a team. Bring the kids. Walking is good for your health and great for the cause. Call or log on today. Together, we can find a cure. One step at a time.
Salute, ni hao, salam alaikum, or just plain hello. Some of the ways students at the International Community School in DeKalb County, Georgia, greet each other every day. It's not your average public charter school. There are more than 330 students here in grades K through 6, representing more than 30 countries and 40 different languages.
The International Community School in Decatur, Georgia began as a dream described by Martin Luther King Jr. as the beloved community. We are a free public charter school designed to bring together child survivors of war and local children in a nurturing and academically challenging environment. We would like to invite you to participate in this beloved community. If you would like to know more information about the International Community School, if you would like to volunteer or make a financial contribution, please contact us at our website, www.intcomschool.org.
These days just slip away through our fingers.
And you all won't believe, during this quick 2-minute break, we had 200 phone calls. But we're still trying to work out some of these technical difficulties. So viewers that just called in, call back. We still have another half an hour. We will get you on the air. I hear the phone ringing now. Can this one come through? Hello, caller? Okay, until we get this, I just want to cover a few of our news items, the headlines. Now, you can get more details on these stories, again, from our website, myspace.com/Atlanta Caribbean Report. And on the top right-hand corner, you will see a link that says main news sources for the show, and it covers heartbeatnews.com, which I see has changed their name to caribworldnews.com. There's also Caribbean360.com. There's BBC.com/Caribbean. There's Montserrat Reporter, and I had to throw that in there because that's where my roots goes back to Montserrat. Even though tonight seems like this is a Trini show, Trinity and Tobago, nothing wrong with that because we're all unity here. And that's one point I want to get back with Mill later on. One thing I like is when you mentioned that the coach is not just a Trinity and Tobago thing. They're using all of the islands in that. But let me go back to the news because y'all know how I get. I can get on another subject and the show will be over. Actually, before I do this, I think we have our phone call now. Caller, go ahead.
Hi. My name is Nicole.
I can barely hear you. I'm sorry, your name is what?
My name is Nicole.
Nicole, thank you for
Yes.
calling in. What is your question or comment for tonight?
I'm very happy to see that we have somebody in the Olympics representing Trinidad.
Good. Do you have a question for him?
Yes, I wanted to know, are you doing anything for the youth in the community who wants to get involved in becoming a cyclist?
She said, are you currently doing anything for the youth that wants to get involved?
Not presently at the moment, but I know my team will be getting involved with stuff like that. And, you know, we are still in the process of, we haven't had training camp or anything yet, so we haven't had actual a come together for the team to really start focusing on the year ahead yet. So maybe in the future, but at the moment, not yet.
Okay. I'm really excited. I love you guys' show. I watch it all the time. You guys are great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole.
Thank
Please
you.
keep watching. Please
Thank
keep watching.
you. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, and
That's
callers,
good.
please keep calling in. Because as I said in the past, this is not just our show. This is everybody's show. So please keep calling in. And those of you watching us on the web, there's a link on there to contact us. So please send us emails on any questions, comments, or concerns that you have, and we would definitely get back to you. We answer every email and every phone call.
Well, let me start with my turn with the news.
Okay, even
Okay,
though I
I'll
haven't
give you a
even
break.
started on one, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's
I
my
appreciate it.
my
That's
turn.
right.
My turn.
That's
My
right.
turn. Okay. This news here comes from Trinidad, and the Guardian newspaper journalist. There was a Guardian newspaper journalist. She was found dead in her home. They're not saying any foul play is there. What they were saying basically, she had some chest pains about 2 weeks prior to her death, and an autopsy has not been done as yet. So her name is Zen Jarrett, was found dead in her apartment on Friday night by her landlord. And as I said, the autopsy has not been done yet to find out, you know, what she died of, if it was due to medication or anything like that, because she was hospitalized for chest pains about 2 weeks prior. So she will be missed. Definitely be missed because she's in the business to inform us. And a very young woman who just passed away. So that's what I have to say. If you want to find out more information about this was on Caribbean360.com. You could go to our link on our website if you want to find more detail and follow this up to see if there was foul play or, you know, what happened to this young lady.
Definitely. Our prayers are definitely with her family and friends. That's an unfortunate event, definitely. Now, keeping on Trinidad, since that seems the theme for tonight, but I have actually history, more history. You had a living legend here, and then here's some more history. The new Chief Justice of Trinidad was sworn in, and it actually is the youngest Chief Justice ever.
How old is he?
they don't mention in this, not in the highlights, but if you go to our website, see, that's why you have to go to our website, you can get the full article and you can get his exact name. And actually, his name wasn't even mentioned on here. So like I said, you can get all the information on there. As I said, an hour may seem long, but it goes by quick. And unfortunately, we can't go into deep details on every one of these articles. So please go to the website. But let's congratulate him on being not only the position, but the youngest Chief Justice in history.
And I would like to say some more news, unofficial, but as you know, next weekend is Carnival weekend.
Wind
so
down.
So you know what? The fever is hitting me, and I really want to go real bad. So I'm letting you know out there. I need a ticket. Anybody? Okay, just call and say, Karen, there's a ticket waiting for you, so I could go, right?
That's right. What did we tell them last week?
Yes.
We told
so
you.
I can inform you.
That's right. If you want us to cover events like this, there's only one way for it to happen.
Definitely.
Correct?
Yes. So Dedrick and I are waiting by the phone. The phone needs to ring some more. But the ticket will be there so we can go and, televise everything and show you how to do a good wind down.
That's right.
Wind down, wind up, whichever one you want to call it.
Well, Karen, I give classes, so.
See, now you have another talent.
Excuse me.
No, you can wine.
Are you sure you can compete with this one right
yeah.
now?
Oh boy.
You sure you can compete with this one?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a family thing,
I could go times and times again. Down, wind back up. It's real Trini do it.
Oh, so you wind down almost like a limbo.
That's right.
Oh my goodness.
So you have the legs for it.
Oh gosh, well,
so
stamina.
That's the perfect for cycling. That's
Oh
why
my
it's cycling.
goodness. So will you be going for the carnival season?
No, I unfortunately I can't head down to Trinidad. There's too much going on up here for me training, and I have in 2 weeks I have to go to Copenhagen, Denmark for the fourth leg of the World Cup. So if I go to Carnival, there's not going to be much training going on, My waist is going to be going around instead of my legs, so that won't be good.
And it seems like you're always on a plane. Do you feel safe, traveling on these flights?
I never really have any problem with jumping on a plane and going anywhere. Maybe, right after 9/11, it was a little bit, on the scary side, but you get over those things, and if you think about it, it gets to you. But if you just go and do what you have to do and jump on a plane, and I'm on a plane so much that I've just gotten used to it, and it becomes it's second nature. So it's just go, and I love to travel. Traveling is like something that I love to do, and cycling is something that I love to do also, and it just when you love to do something, you just want to do it. It's like a job. If you don't love your job, you want to, you don't want to go to work in the morning,
Right.
So it's when I get up in the morning, I want to go ride. I want to go, look for my next trip and see, what there is, new places, new countries, new cultures. It's just really nice.
And which place has been your favorite? Which country?
I love traveling the Caribbean. I mean, you're born there, you grow up there, that kind of thing. You kind of take it for granted because, honestly, when I was growing up, living in Tobago, there was probably 18 months that I hadn't even touched the ocean. I hadn't been to the beach. That's how much you take it for granted. You're just there, and you're just living life. The beaches are there, everything is. But I just wasn't going to the beach, I wasn't interested. I had all other things going on. But now that, I live here in the U.S. and it's, you don't have those luxuries at your expense that, you just realize how much the country, beauty the country has and what people that live in the U.S. and other countries don't have.
And you really feel it on a night like tonight.
Yes.
Where they are predicting ice and snow overnight.
That's right. Because right now you could, if it was sun out and in Trinidad tomorrow, you can go to the beach,
Right.
You can go to the beach anytime.
Wearing what?
It depends. It depends. One thing I have to say, 2 years ago, when I had the pleasure of going home and I stayed there for a month, I just enjoyed it. As soon as I landed, I knew that Yes.
What's the first thing you ate? A doubles.
A doubles.
Oh,
That's
oh,
it.
you
A
see what I
doubles,
mean?
and I had to have a carib.
That's right.
So I had a carib and I had a doubles. And if you don't know what a carib is a lager beer.
But you remember just last night, was it last night or night before, that they were showing the thing
Yes.
on Travel Channel?
Really?
On Trinidad and
Yes.
Tobago. It was a very
Yes,
nice program,
yes.
showing all the different foods and stuff.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes. I gave him a phone call. I said, hey, Trinidad on the TV, Travel Channel. Buy it.
And they have clips of it
Yeah.
on YouTube too, so
Oh, good.
they
good,
could always
good.
look
Wait,
that
see,
up.
something else we got to link to our website. We'll definitely
The
have
guy
that on-
said that the bacon shark from
Uh-huh.
Maracas Beach is the best
I
fish
saw that.
sandwich
Okay.
ever
Yes.
in
I
the
saw that program before then. I
Yeah.
caught the end
Yeah,
of
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
saw
right.
it
That's
like on
that's a
the
part.
Bacon
That's a
shark.
segment of that
Yeah,
particular.
yeah,
And let me
I saw
tell
that.
you, I have eaten at that stand that he is talking about, and it is the best because you put any and everything on that bacon shack, and I had 2 sandwiches.
Yeah. You
And
can't
let me
eat one?
tell you, I could have gone for a third, but that was being, as we would say, licorice.
Licorice. That's right.
That would be licorice, so
You know
I
what?
couldn't be.
You just made me think of, or
what?
remind me of
Go
something.
ahead.
Something for our viewers. Now, what did we tell you? We told you we were going to have health segments, right? And then we have that, and going to have more in the future. We told you we were going to have sports. We told you we were going to have musical artists and songwriters, and then we have that last week. We told you we were going to have cultural organizations. And I'm saying all that to say is, now the next thing we're going to tell you, we're going to have a segment on food. So when I say that, that means we're going to have it, given all the other things that I said before happened, right? So please stay tuned in, and we will have that segment. Now, I say this every time I mention this, and unfortunately, the rules of this station is you cannot have food in the studio. So what we're going to have to do is take some clips of the food and either put it up on, well, it's definitely going to be on the website, or run it during the show if possible.
I would like to say this. What we could try to do in the studio, we can't do that, but we could probably link up a camera to outside to the green room and have that little segment there. We could do the interviewing here, but then we could go and shoot that little segment right out there. Show us.
I could be the
But-
taste tester.
But we could try and have.
you already know.
Let me tell you, the most famous dish as far as I'm concerned is not the iguana dish that they had, but is crab and curry crab and what?
Dumplings, right?
And who
Hey.
make the best one?
Tobago blue food. Okay, you can't go wrong.
Yeah,
Who makes that? I don't know, Miss Jean. No, I don't know. Who makes that?
the best. You don't
Oh, my
know?
mom, my mother. You can't. No, that's for real. She does make a good curry crab and dumpling. Every time we go home, my wife Rachel and I, we go down there. We're like, Mom, have to have curry crab and dumpling. She makes it for us, and we invite the whole
Yes.
family over and stuff. You know how we do it at home.
Okay.
Family must be involved.
That's right. And Mom, you love this show, right? So we're coming. We're coming.
And I've had the pleasure of eating it, and let me tell you, finger licking good, huh? Finger licking.
Oh, you have to eat with gloves so you don't
Good.
eat your fingers.
Let me tell you, my gums was sore because I was sucking so much. You know, I mean,
Wow.
it really
Yeah.
it really is good. Really.
All right, I think I hear another phone call coming in. And again, we're at 873-1349, 404. And if caller, are you ready? You may go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, hello?
Hi,
Yes, how you doing?
fine. How are you?
We're good, we're good.
I'm calling about the food section. Hello?
We can hear you, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. What type of foods can I bring?
Can you breathe? If it was, what can you cook?
Everything.
Everything like what?
I really like the rice, the curry rice.
Oh, okay. And caller, what is your name?
My name is David,
Okay. And what island are you from?
Trinidad and Tobago.
It's a Trini show.
Okay. All right. Well, I tell you what. Why don't you contact us via our website and
Okay.
tell us what type of food you would like to cook,
That's right.
and we'll see about having you on board. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Definitely
Thank you for
watching.
watching, and thank you for calling.
Again, you can reach us at 404-873-1349.
And our website is www. MySpace.com/Atlanta Caribbean Report.
That's right. That's right. And one thing I have to say about this season, another point, the day after I posted last week's video, or last Friday's show, I should put it that way, it was the most watched video the day after it was posted. So that just another testament of how we're growing. And thank you out there for spreading the word, for telling everybody about this show. And again, any questions, comments, or concerns you have, please, 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 I can't stress enough, bring it up to us, because this is all of our shows.
And if it's anything that you would like to share in our community and for us to bring to other people, the masses, please let us know. You know, we'll post it on the website. You could email us. We'll post it on the website. We could even have a program about it. If you want a guest to come on board,
that's right. Oh,
you know, you
good
can
point.
do that.
Good point.
And next week, since we're on preventative health care, okay, I'm going to have a surprise for you on preventative health care next Friday.
Good, good. See, we're just full of surprises.
Yeah.
Don't I tell you every week we're full of surprises? Y'all don't believe. That's why I just keep watching. You'll see. You'll see what we have out for you.
And what I would like to do is coming from New York, okay, because I'm from Trinidad, but I grew up in New York.
Right.
I never had allergies. Moving to Georgia, I have allergies, and it's growing like crazy. You know, it's just getting worse. And what I'm learning is more holistic methods and preventative health care. So let's see. I'm doing some research, try to knock this out of the area as far as, you know, all these allergies. And I would like to have everybody watch, because I'm going to have someone here to help us with our allergies, a coping way, instead of taking a lot of medication, but another alternative so we can help ourselves.
Okay. Now, one important article I have to bring out. Now, well, first of all, this is one reason why you have to go to our website. There's no way we can cover all of these articles in one night. And this is not just weekly articles. Most of these are just from today. So the dates that we're not on, please go to the website and follow these news sources. But one article I have to bring out, and our producer, Abdallah Galla from Haiti, forwarded this to me today. And already I put the link up on the site. If you go to the top right-hand corner where we have main news sources for the show, there's also a link titled Video Evidence Released on UN Massacre in Haiti. And in 2006, let me back up, it says video evidence of claims made by residents that UN forces committed a massacre in the community of Cité Soleil on July 6, 2005. Listen to this, this is the most important part. More than 30 people died that day, and after more than 20,000, again, 20,000 rounds of ammunition was fired by UN forces, according to internal memos of the U.S. Embassy released under the Freedom of Information Act. And this article, and more importantly, the actual video, is currently linked on our website. So please check this out. I mean, this is huge. Huge doesn't do this article justice. Seriously. So please, please take a look at that. Did you hear about that?
Yes. Yes. Haiti, what's going on in Haiti, my heart goes out for them, and I pray for them. Haiti has been through a lot.
That's
you
right.
know, the natives,
quote unquote
yes.
peacekeepers.
And the peacekeepers, well, if you have read articles in Africa, the same thing, the peacekeepers, and you know what they do? The peacekeepers there get aid, and they have storage of foods to give to the people.
Correct.
And do you know what they were doing? They were selling the food in a sense of sexual exchanges, you know, to young girls. And that was a big, there was a big article. If you want to Google it, you can Google it. That happened about a couple of years ago. So some of these peacekeepers, they do negative things. Not all of them, but some of them. When people have power, okay,
it's abused.
It's abused. So there always some checks and balances. And we have to have those type of balances out there.
And like I said, I can't cover everything, but there's two Jamaican news that I would like to cover. The minimum wage in Jamaica has increased. It is increased by 17%, by 3,200 Jamaican dollars per 40-hour work week to $3,700 Jamaican dollars per 40-hour work week. So it's been a 17% increase in the Jamaican minimum wage. And many of you know February 6th is Bob Marley's birth date. And in New York, I just put the wrong article down, of course. No, I didn't. The entire Church Avenue will be extended, so the entire Church Avenue will be named Bob Marley Boulevard. And I think the dedication is going to happen as soon as you go to the website and look at the full article, because this is just a highlight. So go to myspace.com/Atlanta Caribbean Report, and you will get the full article on that. But again, in Brooklyn, Church Avenue, what was remaining of it, the whole avenue will be named Bob Marley Boulevard.
Oh, so I'm going to get confused now. So when I get to New York, Church Avenue, Bob Marley.
It's a good confusion, though.
It's a good confusion. Well, that's very good. That is a good thing. Church Avenue has, boy, let's see. When you first came to here, I came to this country in the 70s.
Okay.
And the pit stop was New York, right? And everybody landed in Brooklyn, all right? Crown Heights area, and we just took over the Brooklyn area, and we have the best food. We have everything. Brooklyn is like a little mini island in itself. It's a melting pot of every island, and the best food, the best dance, the best everything.
But you must have come here before you were born, because you're only 21, right?
Oh,
you said the 70s.
gosh. I like that. I like that. But no, I'm dang. You know, but see, that is the Trini and me. The Trini and me keep me real young, you know?
Yeah.
And all that whining, wind down, wind up. Oh boy, you have to keep your waist moving.
So is that part of preventative health next week?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So that's what she said. It's a surprise.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us, Emil?
I don't know, if you see a cycling event in Atlanta, I'm probably going to be there. Come support. Show,
That's right.
I'm going to be riding for Team Type 1. So go look at the website, teamtype1.org. Look at what our uniform is going to look like, so you're going to know, where to start looking.
That's right.
And just come out and support, and especially the bigger races, that if it's one of the, like the Atlanta 100K and so forth. Because most of the times I'm racing out of state, doing some of the circuit of the NRC, which is the National Racing Calendar, and or the UCI International Cycling Union races. So there is a big race in Roswell. It is, I think, in April, sometime in April, like the end of April, maybe the beginning of May. So that's a good one to come and look at. Okay. That's a criterium. It's the one where we kind of go around the block and do like 60 laps or so, but it's really exciting because we come around like every minute and a half.
Wow.
That's fun. It's pretty good.
I was going to say something silly, like you don't get giddy.
Not quite. It's a little too big for that.
And y'all see the website, we're just up on the screen, teamtype1.com. Please visit.
.org.
I mean, .org. See, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Please visit that. Please. And other point I want to make out, now you see, as he mentioned, even though he's here, he travels around the world. So if you catch him in Atlanta doing a race, that's a treat. Because don't just wait till Beijing, see him on TV and Olympics and be like, wow, I could have seen him in Atlanta.
Yeah.
True.
True.
Never thought of that.
Yes. Yes, I was very happy and fortunate to lock him down because, like you said, he's always hopping on a plane. He's always, you can't really track him down. You can't
I was just in LA. I was in LA last week, and I'm gonna be in Denmark come 2 weeks, and I come back, and then I have training camp the week after that, and on the north near Solvang. It's kind of near Santa Barbara area.
Okay.
And then after that, I have a series of races over there, and then I'll do the World Championships in Manchester, England. And then I come back to the U.S. and start doing like the U.S. circuits and stuff. So
wow,
the season is long.
Wow.
And it doesn't end until October.
Okay.
Now,
we have a couple of things to look forward to.
Right, but we're in our last minute or two, so you're going to have to say this real quick.
We have to look forward to the month of April,
Okay.
where we're going to have some to celebrate some good news. And I will share it to our audience once we have that good news to share for
Correct.
April, right? And another good thing is, thank you, family,
No
for coming
problem.
here.
And just a
Coming
quick week back,
here.
Pat, went on last minute. For those of you just tuning in, we have Emil Abraham, a professional cyclist from Tobago. You can go to our website, myspace.com/Atlanta Caribbean Report to catch this program in its entirety and to get more information on Emil. Thank you for watching us, and we'll be back next week, 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock on People TV, and also all the time on the website. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week. And for our last minute, or for our last 30 seconds, I'm going to turn that over to Karen.
You said everything. Thank you for watching us. And thank you, Emil, for being here. And hey, keep on coming back, because we're here to entertain you and spice everything up every Friday.
All right,
Thanks all
thank
the
you.
viewers for watching. Thank you.
See you next week.